Alright, thank you for joining us. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by the Fifth Dimension. Brought to you by the Spiritual Dimension. Okay, I'm not sure how long this is going to go. It's had a long, pretty long day, so. Alright, I connected to the Illuminati Dimension to work. I didn't go into it too deeply, so I'm going to see where I can get with it here. It is not what some might think of as just all darkness and, being, all getting tortured to death and hell's angels are there, etc. It was more like a calming reality where, let's put the positive Illuminati, let's put it that way, where, it's recruitment is where we go. Well, I wouldn't say recruitment, but it's where we go to, they're aware of our reality, obviously, but it's where we go to see if we want to incarnate here, basically, is what I got from it. It's not the whole dimension of it, but there is a portion of it where you go to, it's almost like a perfect world, you can say. Of course, when you look at this world, it's like, here's our world, and there's Earth, and there's the hell pit. So, a lot. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna be paranoid every time I look at the thing. I moved it just a little bit, the whole thing died out. I don't need that again. So far so good. Kind of makes sense, right? Yeah, it was kind of like a perfect reality where they see what's going on with us, and it's all in our decision making. We made this happen. They gave us options, and we took the sewer. Not everybody, but a good amount. How do you know that? Look at the media. Look at people that are yelling at politicians and all that. Look at the protesting. Decision of, well, they figure that's the only way to go. Go through darkness to find the light. Well, that's one way, I guess, but there are other ways of going about it. Find peace within yourself. Going within, which is a little bit difficult for many, and just seeing the world in a different vibration. Yeah, not so easy. Some need to go through their darkness first and hit bottom. But it's basically like a reality with no drama. Well, let me tell you, when they're aware of our world. Now, there are different realities, parallel realities of, like I said, the Dimension X. That was like the hell reality. This one's a lot different. This one was more kinder. Was that a manipulation? I don't believe so. It's a place that it's like getting us used to not trying to kill ourselves, not trying to drive ourselves insane. I just got this calming, and I was really surprised by it. I was connecting to the reptilians. I got kind of bored with them. Sort of. They won't let me into their energy field anymore because I keep screwing around. So, and it's like, okay, well, I'm doing this. Why don't I just connect to the Illuminati? I just sort of found it, just sort of ran into it, you can say, intuitively, and just felt very welcoming. It was like, we're surprised you're here. Let me show you around. I know that sounds weird, but that's what I got. I got very friendly energy around it. And they're aware of our world. It's like, they're not judging it, but we realize we are making the decisions that we need to make to get where we're going, wherever it might be. It's just what I got from it. You can say it's like new philosophies that many are going to be very skeptical of, because without destroying each other, nobody. That's very difficult for people to heal. It's like, there's got to be a war somewhere, right? that's not necessarily the case. So people are skeptical of peace. That's why we don't have much peace here. Well, we do, but we don't. We do and we don't. So, this is like a preview of it. Too tired to connect to everything of it, but it just was a very healing reality. It's just a place where you don't have to destroy each other anymore. You don't have to go into each other's energies and, you know, manipulate each other, whatever, like children manipulating their parents and stuff like that, you know, or vice versa, or psychics manipulating clients. There's a lot of that somewhere. There's just a lot of energies, basically, which the cults is pretty big on. So there's just like an energy of enlightenment. It's just, you can free yourself of this world if you want to. Like you say, people are scared of no war. You'd be surprised. Like, too good to be true. Is it? It's like sometimes new things of just not wanting to kick each other's ass is very hard for people to. It does feel like, because they're always looking for the dark side of everything. What if there is an energy where there isn't a dark side of everything? You can just you can clean your vibration and just look at the world a lot differently, and not want to destroy each other all the time. Not everybody's like this, but modern society, the movies, media. I mean, they can make these movies. You don't have to go to them, and people do. So obviously they need to get their darkness out. That's fine. But it also comes to a point where you get tired of all that. It's like, you want the ascension or not? Obviously some need their darkness. But there's also a point where it's like, you can cleanse this stuff and just do a inner healing and just release this dimension. And it does take time for your souls to adapt to that, where they just, like, you're unplugging the thought patterns of the matrix. This party's better, Republican, Democrat, doesn't, it's all nonsense, basically. The clone media, the majority of the media is under a clone like manipulation. Even if those in the media aren't clones, they're still under the clone agenda. I'll put that up. I was going to do that some other day, but when I connected to the Illuminati, I was really surprised by this. It just felt very calming, very welcoming. Hey, how's it going? And just not, they're aware of our reality and seeing us beat the crap out of each other. And it just like, you go through this, but we'll see you on the other side. So you can say this is like part of the spirit world, Illuminati spirit world, basically. So, and yes, there are beings here that know everything that's going on, obviously. Some people are terrified of that, you gotta heal that. But they're not just gonna let anybody in here. They're aware of everybody. Of course, there's a lot of manipulation energies, yada yada yada. For soul growth, who has, let's see here. For those that was come through a lot of dark karma, or like have a parent or somebody that's been very ruthless to them, or was it yourself as a child, it's just sometimes those are the villains of your past, and you're kind of making peace with them too. I know it sounds strange, but it's like you're facing them, facing your worst nightmare. Sometimes you've been avoiding them, or whatever it might be, or even you created them in another reality. It's now it's time you to face them. There's that too. There's different connections there. It gets a little bit, convoluted. It just gets kind of, it's just bizarre, basically. But it does come to a point where you're just kind of tired of all the manipulations here and just want to relax. And that's what I was connecting to. Basically, they're aware of our reality, they see all of the craziness, but they don't connect to it. They help. They send incarnations here to help, but they really can't get too involved. Now this is a different. Obviously, there are many realities of Illuminati. This one's more of like, they're showing you Earth. This is what you incarnate into. That's what I was getting. It's like, you can do this, not you don't have to do it. And they show you, it's like, you go through this and that. We had Billy go through that too, and he went crazy. They show you different scenarios, and it isn't like in a human form. Now, I don't think everything has to be like that. You're just a spirit energy is flying around, and everything. But this is more like a humanoid version of, Earth incarnation cycle. And they show you all the ups and downs of it, and it's always up to you. So I just feel like it feels like they're like driving cars or something like that, and they're aware of our reality. They do look into it, but they don't let it consume them. But they do, talk about energies, and obviously what they're talking about is not what we talk about here. They go into other realities, dimensions, and just, it's just more of an open conversation than on this world, where it's what's your favorite movie, what sports team do you like. It's kind of a boxed-in prison planet we're pretty much in, and so many are so used to it. We're getting the keys of letting go of that if you want to, but many are not ready to, because they've been for so long. The matrix, the mental matrix, basically, is letting go of that is not as easy as some might think. So you wonder where the ascension is. Ascension happens in the mind. You release all of this nonsense of our reality, not to judge it, but not to connect with it either. Just let them do their thing. QAnon and all that, that's all 3D nonsense, basically. None of it matters. None of it. But people like the drama. It's like, you just clear all that drama. It might seem boring, but not really, because you're connected more to dimension energies, other versions of you, more positive timelines, and none of this earth nonsense of manufactured reality, basically. A more understanding reality, basically. Just like the aliens, you can connect to somebody and see their past lives, if they allow you to, and you're just healing each other, basically. There's much more to it than that. You just have a more intuitive understanding of what you're here for. Now we're coming out of the nightmare called reality, and it is a kind of like a big step. It's like, do you want to flesh out all the nonsense of our reality? Not to say you can't watch movies or anything like that, but you just see it differently. Sports and all of that, you just see it differently. It's not your main focus. Your main focus is just none of this crap. You can still watch a movie and see it for what it is, and see the symbolisms and all that, and just have more of a higher vibrational point of view of it. While being, like politics obviously is toxic, the news media. Politics, yes, does have clone energies through it, definitely. Men in Black, agendas, let's see, where did I get from? Basically, it's every scumbag you can think of in the universe is running our government in secret until humanity lets it go. Because they have like a drama machine, and the human consciousness grabs onto it because it's not ready to let it go, obviously. Not to say that being more positive is boring. It's actually more exciting. It's just you don't get to really experience it physically as much, like flight and all that. It takes time. But at least vibrationally, all this talk about Area 51 and all that, that's all great and everything. Nothing really comes of it, really, because you're still in that drama energy. It's just kind of like, just let it all go. Just disconnect from it. And over time, when you're ready, you just slowly, just none of it matters. You're just connecting more to yourself, higher dimensional energies, and what comes through will need to come through. Basically, say like Area 51 is basically spying on people. They're terrified of the public. That's why they're the military, protecting their own ass. They made a lot of mistakes, that's for sure. There's chemtrail energies there. And just not the most friendly group. But they have a lot to hide. Same as the government. The government is scared of the people. I mean, obviously they have more technology and all. They can blow us all to smithereens. But they can't do that. So I think they're terrified of what they're... They don't want the public to know what they're really doing. People kind of have an idea, and you're not wrong. It's a lot worse than that, apparently. And that's the idea. It's disconnecting. Not going to paranoia, because that'll get you nowhere. And just disconnecting from all this nonsense. It's like you connect to your higher self. You know, you clear out all the drama, and next thing you know, you're tapping into the CIA, and they're actually feeling your energies around. It's like, what the hell are you doing here? Not to say you need to do that. I just put an example. I might do that later. Or do that right now. Around the CIA, there's a lot of Anunnaki manipulation. Big surprise there. Men in Black, mostly Anunnaki. They have like a time bomb energy. Not to say you're going to set one off or anything like that. But basically, they can rewrite time. They have time travel energies there. No surprise there. They really tapped into that. So, obviously, Time Lords are going in and out of that place. Obviously, this isn't in their, you know, this is their average. How was your time travel? Oh, how was yours? It's not. None of that. But it is somewhere there. At least vibrationally, it's there. No surprise there. FBI is mostly patrolling us. I know they're looking out for criminals. A lot of the criminals obviously are alien created too. We'll have to force it. It's just that, you know, and let's see, the reptilian energies here. Not to say they're scared of humans awakening. It's just a lot of them thought that it wouldn't happen. But like I said, you clear out the drama and the it does take time, obviously, you know, when you're ready. Now this is me connected to the Illuminati Dimension, basically. Basically, the Illuminati Dimension is just a carefree reality. It's very just high vibrational, friendly. It's not judging anybody. It's just like what you would see with the Ascension. You understand where everybody is, and everybody's friendly to each other. Not everybody agrees. No, that's never going to happen. But that's okay. We respect everybody's differences. And that, this world has a problem with that. Because you have a difference, you get yelled at. Oh, you need to think like this, you need to think like this, like children here, basically. That's kind of the point. On this world, obviously, we go down to our lowest low to make ourselves look like fools. That's the point of it. Well, you're dealing with a lot of darkness here, so it makes sense. Not to, you know, you gotta have to, you hit your bottom, and then you know, how low can I go? And you start looking at things differently. So, everybody has their own process of that. Let's see. Well, I got a kick into that whole CIA time traveling thing. I wasn't really expecting that. So it's not something I go around connecting to very often. Yeah, they're obviously watching everybody, that's for sure. I mean, I think they're scared. I don't know. They're kind of full of themselves, basically. They're just... A lot of this stuff is orchestrated. Some of the Saudis are doing a lot of manipulation because they want more power, more money. They feel like they're being treated like garbage. The U.S. government is basically, yeah, fully corrupt. The president is a small piece of that. I know, all this hate towards the president. He plays such a little role in everything. I mean, the military plays a bigger role in manipulation than the president will ever do. The military has more power over the president will ever have. you're not going to hear that very often, but pretty much. There's a part of the military that can pretty much like stop stuff. They don't do that, but they can. So obviously shadow government, shadow military. That's where the power is. You can yell at Trump all you want. And that's the thing. It shows you where the manipulation is at. So I wonder if people are going to end all this bickering about each other. They're, I don't know, from what it looks like, never. It's like when you tell them that you don't have to do this anymore, they'll get all pissed off. It's like, you don't have to hate each other anymore. You know that, right? Oh, what are you talking about? Who are you? You know, I can get that energy really strong. Yeah, it's like, you know, you can find peace within yourself. You know that, right? Oh, no, I can't. Well, yeah, you're right. You can't. It's like you're like your own worst enemy. So there's a lot of that. That's for sure. Yeah, you can see those that are like on the politics stuff. I'm just using that for example because it's an easy one to. It's just showing how much pain is in the soul. It's like they're yelling about this stuff. It's more like they're just angry at themselves when it comes down to it. And they don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do. How can I get rid of this? I don't know. I'll just be mad at somebody. And of course they're being manipulated by the media. I mean it looks, it's like how do we fall for all of this? And it's a warning. It's warning. It's hell on earth, basically. You have everything in here that wants to wipe you out. You start, if you want to be healed, it does take time to get there. I just say I'm fully there, but it just seems like there's, I would say this is technically like a spiritual finish line, meaning of the manipulations. Not to say you won't run into stuff here and there, but there is a place where you can go where you don't have to beat the crap out of each other anymore. It's like kind of like game over. Yeah. Doesn't mean you have to leave drama altogether. There's different ways of looking at it. There's different energies you can put into it. Drama at a high vibration is much different than a drama at a low vibration. Low vibration, as you can see, we're living that all the time. Drama at a higher vibration, it's just different. It doesn't have that negative tone. It just has basically conversation. It's not really drama either. It's just conversation. However you want to look at it. So, yeah, connecting to this, I was really kind of surprised. It just feels like, you know, over time your senses get stronger. Yeah, it's like, do you want peace? I mean, you know, it's not only for perfection, but just you want out of all this BS called or so-called advanced reality. I mean, this is like a dystopian reality, basically, we're living in, pretty much. I mean, it looked like an apocalypse and all that. We're living it. It's like we are living it here. I mean, you get up and go to work every day, and it's like, oh, but that's normal. Oh, that's slavery. Don't you realize that? Oh, no, it's not. And that's the thing. Like, if you look at this world, look at a regular prison. They know who comes in and goes out, right? Well, same thing here as a Dimension X is. They know who's coming. Of course, the positive energies do know too. But Dimension X there is like, oh, you're coming this world, we're gonna fuck this shit up. We're gonna screw your life up so much. And you can always change that if you're ready. Some souls are not ready, obviously. So, I mean, I'm not saying, I don't understand all of this quite yet, but it is basically a healing dimension I connected to, basically. And I'm calling it Illuminati because it's like the higher version of it. Basically, it's like letting go of the manipulations. And just giving yourself some time to heal. It takes time to let go of all of this stuff. As for alien connections, I mean, most of humanity is at a low vibration. It's very difficult for aliens to be here because there's so much of a low energy. They do make themselves known here and there, assisting the Earth in different ways. They're not going to go into full details of it. Some of it's weather. A lot of it's Mother Earth is working with the weather. So some aliens they can credit, oh, we're doing this for the planet. Mother Earth is doing the majority of it. There might be some aliens doing this and that. That's small compared to what Mother Earth is doing. She can take care of herself. The what is it? The angels are working with the Earth. Humanity is working with the Earth. The consciousness. So aliens play a very minute role there. So human consciousness rules the planet. It's still running the show. So you think aliens are going to do this and that? Human consciousness can kick out the aliens and bring them in. Obviously, they'll bring them in when they're ready. Right now, humans are having a lot of fun just beating the crap out of each other. Not everybody, but a good amount of it. It's just like, you're given information to heal, and many aren't ready to take it. And some might feel it's too good to be true because they're not ready for it. Not to say it's going to come in drastically, because we don't want to take you away from your drama of QAnon or whatever it might be. The Ascension works in different ways. The idea is just finding like a higher vibrational version of yourself. And it's easier said than done. It is just something you gradually find. It's basically like forgiving yourself. You can also connect to the planets. Yes, all of them are involved. A lot of them, you can say, even Mars kind of like stopped their life process to help our planet. It's like Mars, the society on Mars could have went on a lot longer. Instead, they canceled that out and came here, because this world was just the hell planet. They can learn a lot more here. And there's other realities where Mars is still going. There's stuff there somewhere. There's something there in the other dimensions, most likely. Not in the I don't think there's anything there in the third dimension. It's mostly in the other dimensions. So it's just like a different type of Mars now. But we're like the Mars part 2. But I feel like Mars kind of shut down, became part of our vibration. Other planets are still active in different ways. They just basically want to be part of our life process. And a lot of them, it's just that we're going into a new age where we don't hate ourselves anymore. And we're just, just that idea is hard for people to take on that. No, not to say, it's a small amount. Obviously, there's going to be people who are going to handle that. But the majority is like, when we call Jesus and ask if this is okay. It's like, shit. When we go to my priest, who's probably Satan, and talk to them. So, yeah. It just seems, you can call it the dimension whatever you want, so a spiritual dimension. Obviously, many souls are not ready to let go of their anger. But basically, it's just, for those that want to ascend, you'll just get more higher understanding. And just want to just let go of the old ways and bring in more understanding of where we're heading. Now, obviously, we're not going to make it entirely clear. Just know things will work itself out. Just be true to yourself, not to bring in negativity. Obviously, you're going to have some within yourself you're still battling with. That's different. But if you take a situation and throw a bunch of negativity, you're still working yourself out. Archons are not making it easy. Other beings are not making it easy. So it's a slow process. It's basically, it's like putting on a new set of eyes. You see things differently. And you think differently, you see things differently. And the way we are right now is a fraction of what we're capable of. Obviously, the subject matters of life, like what movie you watch, What sports team? Where do you work? All of that is something we had to get through. We had to go through that darkness. We had to do that cycle over and over and over again until you're ready to let it go. It's hell, but it's just a process of a slave reality, however you want to look at it. It's another way of bringing out darkness and then deciding where, I mean, being a slave every day gets kind of old, doesn't it? It does bring in darkness. So what are you going to do with it? You're going to make it worse? You're going to make it better? What are you going to do? You're going to put you in scrappy situations? What are you going to do? And so this is why you're in situations that, like living in Florida forever. It's like, jeez. You get so tired of living in Florida. Other people fly here, it's like, wow, look at that. And I was like, ugh, get it away from me. It's like, I'm so tired of it. Oh, the beach. I don't care. It's like, I've been around it so long. It's like, then again, if I go somewhere else, you know, they can show, like Chicago, show me a crappy looking building. Man, that looks neat. It's like, so, anyway. Yeah, you've been here so long, it's like, oh, the scenery gets to you. But that, once again, it's another thing to, it's another thing to battle, basically. Yeah, well, where you are going into, yeah, like I say, new eyes, new ideas, slowly. I mean, no one's really ready to let go of all their darkness because you're still learning through it. I mean, to flesh out your darkness all at once is kind of impossible when you think about it. So humanity, I don't know, you just kind of have to put the information, you know, the information will come through of where things are going to change, where things are going to go. Not yet. Let's see what aliens. Basically, aliens are doing they're bringing. They want to let people know that they're here. So little sightings here and there. Obviously, the government's covering it up here and there, and they have little strides back and forth. But they don't want to scare people too. So, like people like the alien, like security. I mean, I think part of him is kind of terrified. If he actually saw an alien physically, I'm not sure how well he would do with that. But yeah, being an investigator is one thing, but actually seeing these beings, I don't know. I think it'd be curiosity. It's like I have to see it at a distance before I see it up close. Because spiritually, you have to kind of be there. It's like I can see a ship, and then I can talk to a being right in front of me. You know, seeing it and connecting to it are two different things. So there's a lot of terrifying energies there. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of alien hunters out there. But how many of them are really ready to connect to the being spiritually? Not many. It's almost like Bigfoot. They see it, they get scared. Unfortunately, might get a weapon. And we're just part of this. Now, why are we like that? Fear. It's no spiritual connections whatsoever. Reptilians just love that side of ourselves. We're actually worse than this. Neanderthals are actually more evolved than we are, from what I gather. We kind of really went backwards in a lot of ways, but that's not a bad thing. It's just hard. It's hard. I mean, it took all your knowledge and threw it out. So now we're just a slave race, and that's a difficult environment. And reconnecting to the spirit world, obviously, is hell. It can be. Yeah, it can be. Because everyone's calling it evil, it's this and that, It's like, it's not perfect. But it still feels like there's a small percent of really ready to just not, or ready to go to the next level and are actually spiritually ready. And they know who they are because they have no fear. I mean, you can have all this knowledge in the universe and still be terrified of everything. Oh, I know what this alien does. I know what the Dromans do when they eat cereal and all that nonsense. And that's great and everything, but you're ready to actually connect to them physically. Some are yes, some are no. Some do on a... I guess you get all kinds. Jeez. Oh, God. Anyways. Yeah. sometimes the spiritual community can be a nightmare. For some I've ran into in the past, at least. Let's see. Basically, we're going into timelines of, not falling for like the news manipulation, like the clone. I believe, I mean, like Fox News is part of the clone agenda of manipulation. Let's put it that way. Doesn't mean they're all clones. There's some of it there, but it seems like it's a different energy. But like the major networks are definitely clone vibrations for sure. Now, is everybody a clone there? I'm working on that. I don't think so, but in some ways it's like he just wanted to say the clone agenda makes more sense. It gives it more of a broader. It's like even if they're not a clone that's there, they're still part of the agenda of basically being narrow-minded and going nowhere. So I try to go into more of the clone stuff tomorrow. But this reality, this one here, let's see here. Alright, one moment. There are energies around you that are conflicting. Many of you, all of you, are connected to parallel realities. You're not always going to connect to the same things. It's just impossible for your society to do that. You're all diverse. And just to have one answer that fits all is impossible. There are some that can connect to the vibrations knowledge is brought in. But many of you are so different and connecting to those other realities. Seeing Zetas as different energies, seen as an insect, seen as whatever it might be. It is difficult for humanity to finally find closure and to move on from the manipulations of the third dimension. The fourth dimension can be very skeptical. Many is like, I'm not sure about my spiritual growth, I'm all confused. But I might just sit in the third dimension and stay there until I'm ready to fully let it go. Because the fourth dimension, I'm a little bit worried about. I don't understand it. It's basically just understanding yourself, not being afraid, and also just trusting your own judgments. If you make a mistake, you make a mistake. Realize also you are going into a higher frequency of thinking. And to do that is letting go of the ideas of your current world. Not to say you're going to fully move away from it, like how to wash your clothes or how to pay your bills, but you're going to see things differently. Even when like you're writing a check, you'll see symbols in there. It's like, wait a minute, who put those there? Is this Anunnaki energies I'm feeling from it? Like your banking system is always watching you because they want to put their energies with you to keep control over society, as finances are keeping control. And eventually you're going to cut that. Not yet, but you will. As basically your frequency, yes, this is the early stages of it, but as you get more confident of your higher frequencies, money won't matter at all. But right now it's a part of your learning at this time. Yes, a very tough one, but you took all the toughness of the universe and brought it here. You wanted to face your demons, basically, your darker self. You wanted to face your lower dimensional self and making peace with it and moving on, but as a better version of you. So I guess I saw myself in absolute decay of just looking like a mess and looking like I'm an embarrassment. So you're not an embarrassment. You just think you are. Nobody is. When you think you're an embarrassment, yes, you bring in all these insecurities. You say, I'm not an embarrassment. I am who I am. You might have food on your face. We have it on there for a reason, to get a reaction from somebody. And it might even bring a conversation in. It's letting go of the fear of this reality. It is not impossible. It's not easy. It's not impossible. It's a slow let go of this reality, you're just basically going to see things differently. Nothing's going to dramatically change. It's impossible to dramatically change it. You just go, when you go to your work, you'll see it differently. You'll handle it better. You have a more positive vibration with it. Sometimes, not always, because some are forcing their reality onto you, and you kind of have to deal with it if you don't have any power on healing that. Sometimes it's impossible because there are managers and things of that sort. But you can heal what you can get through. To have a positive life at work, with family. Family, once again, they have agendas. It's not the easiest to heal those agendas. You can work with it, let's put it that way. We will see it for a more open mind. That is, you're opening up your point of view. You're like turning on the light of your higher dimensional self and seeing what you did not see before. Which also, your eyes will look at things differently over time. Now, we see beings and all, some will. You don't necessarily need to. The idea is to see your reality much differently. Many are holding on for dear life in your reality. It's like, I don't know, this is not right for me just yet. That's okay. But many of you are speaking louder vibrationally to just shine your lights, but not to force it. Just by you. What people wonder what they can do for society. Just be you, because your vibration sends out. You can do your regular daily life, and people pick up on your vibrations. You don't have to talk about aliens or anything like that. Just talk about what you want to talk about. It's your energy is what they pick up on. You're clearing out the old earth and bringing in the new. Is there a new earth? Everybody has the earth of their choice that they're connected to. And that is taking you to the next level of existence. One moment. So over time, you'll see why the world is why it's here. It's not just reptilians. Many of it's actually many of you. You brought your stuff here. You brought your karma. You brought your madness. But not for you to experience, for others to experience. It's like, I've been on hell on this other planet, so I brought hell from there and brought it to Earth. It's called a checking account. It's called seafood, whatever it might be. Yeah, you wonder why a lot of these insectoids are on your planet? Well, you dealt with them on other worlds, and someone brought them here. Because it works with your matrix. Yes, it might make it more hell, but it's to keep you in this reality. But it's not going to be here forever. Realize, once again, your third dimension is not going to heal overnight. You just see things differently gradually. You see what's happening with the Catholic Church. It is slowly breaking down. You are healing those energies, and many of the members are not ready. They're healing it. They are. They aren't. They want to hold on to religion. So, yes, the Catholic Church, when that goes, that shows your ascension is on its way. You're not, the mother load is not quite done yet. But when that goes, your world will do a flip. It will, and other religions will follow, but your Catholic's the most strongest. Yes. It is your Illuminati. They're not so friendly Illuminati. But as you open up more, you'll be, yes, thanking other beings that have caused suppression to you, because you've learned a great deal about yourself. But you cannot learn in other realities because you've tried. You come here to go into your lowest, but also to go into your highest. The lower you go, like, it's like, oh, I was such a fool as a child, made all these stupid mistakes, or you're a female and date all the scumbags in the universe. Here, like I said, you go, well, you won't be doing that in the future. Might as well get it out somewhere. The idea is to hit the bottom and then go to the top. We don't have to deal with that anymore. There will be times when you do that again, but it'll be a while after this world. The benefits of this world, yes, is not always clear, because it's not supposed to be. You will realize that when you're at a fourth dimensional level. Right now, you still need these tests, and they are millions of them going on. So it's not just your emotion. There's so much. It's everything that you are experiencing here is a necessity. Now, those that in the spiritual community that are teachers but have a lot of dark energies around them, they have taken on a lower dimension side of spirituality for those that aren't quite ready for the higher vibrations. But it is good to shed light on them, because some are manipulating. Well, that's what they're there for. But they also, because many aren't ready to let go of their demons just yet. It's like, here's some aliens and here's a bunch of darkness. Oh, darkness and aliens go well. And we're not quite ready to go into the happy aliens just yet. They might be thinking they're talking to the happy aliens. There's always hints of the not so happy ones. It's a stage that people aren't quite ready, especially after a world like this. It makes sense why they find a group like that, just not quite ready to let go of this reality just yet. You can invite an alien into your world, but you're ready to fully experience that while you're getting there. So yes, we are higher spiritual energies from your Illuminati dimension. Call it as you will. We are here to assist you on your journeys of awakening. Alright, that was just an introduction. There's more to it than that, but we'll see when they come through in the future. So, alright, much love everyone. Blessings. Have a great night.